10 most colorful cities in the world. On the lookout for new, exciting places to explore? If so, this short visual treat is all the exploring you need today. So saddle up as we begin this virtual ride into the most colorful cities around the world. From candy-colored mountains in Peru to the fantastical beauty of the French Riviera, this is a chance to immerse yourself in a world of vibrant colors and views like never before. Welcome to Road to Adventure. Number 10. Old Havana, Cuba. A photographer's real delight, Old Havana is probably the coolest neighborhood in the Cuban capital. Known for its towering Baroque churches and neoclassical architecture, this blissful haven from 16th century Cuba is, without a doubt, the historic heart of the city. Teeming with boutique stores and artisan shops, Old Havana is also home to a rich and vibrant cultural life. Old Havana's historic value doesn't only come from any ordinary architecture, but from some of the most significant historical fortifications. Located in the center of the capital, Old Havana is home to not one, but 18 of the oldest fortifications in the Americas, the oldest one being the Castillo de la Real Fuerza. You can probably imagine the value of Old Havana's historical treasures by the fact that it was listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1982. Number 9. Cinque Terre, Italy. Cinque Terre literally means 5 lands and comprises the stunning coastal villages of Rio Maggiore, Manarola, Corniglia, Vernazza, and Monterosso. These Italian towns are famous for their amazing natural landscape and waterfront views. Situated on top of the Italian Riviera, the Cinque Terre is pretty much the most breathtaking place you can ever witness. And of these fabulous 5, the town of Manarola sure makes the cut for being the most colorful of them all. With a small harbor, brightly painted houses, and lots of Italian restaurants, Manarola is one of the most iconic places to discover in Italy. And if you're one for that pedestrian life, even better, because this town is just the place for you. With lots of walking trails and narrow laneways, Manarola is one of the most traffic-free places in Europe. So for anyone looking for some quiet and peace, this historic fishing town is a must-visit. If you're still not convinced to visit this breathtaking city, here's a fact for you. Cinque Terre is searched on Google for a crazy 718,000 times per day. That makes it one of the most popular places to hike in Europe today, attracting millions of tourists every year. And to put a cherry on top, this treat to the eye is also listed as a cultural landscape in UNESCO's World Heritage. Number 8. Colmar, France. This technicolor dream of a city is the most colorful place in France. Often dubbed the Little Venice, Colmar is a vibrant mix of German and French architecture. With half-timbered houses dating back to the French Renaissance, the Colmar is a web of cobbled streets and beautiful canals. This gorgeous labyrinth of street cafes and shops is tucked away in the Alice Valley of France, where it pulls in thousands of tourists every year. And for all you wine lovers out there, Colmar also has a special local white wine you might want to check out. By the way, did you know this charming French town was also an inspiration for the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast? Well, with those classic fairy tale views, can't say we're too surprised. Number 7. Vinicunca, Peru. If you want to see nature at its finest, this so-called mountain of 7 colors is what you need to behold. Located about 60 miles off the city of Cusco, this dollop of rainbow is a delight for the eyes. It's not hard to believe this place is a dream trek for mountaineers around the world. I mean, who wouldn't want to immerse themselves in the striking colors of the mountain and experience it up close? And thanks to a flurry of Instagram posts, it's now visited by almost 1,500 people every single day. Part of the Andes mountain range, the unique coloration of this mountain is actually a result of its unique mineralogy. Weathering and sediment over centuries has created a marbling effect that you just don't see very often. And the end result is a towering mountain of gold, lavender, red, and turquoise that you can literally hike your way through. But what's crazy is that it wasn't until 2015 that this rainbow mountain was discovered as the snow started melting away, revealing this stunning display of colors inside. Number 6. Chefchaouen, Morocco. This so-called blue city in Morocco is one of its kind. Often called the most beautiful city in Africa, this small town in the Rif Mountains is now a popular tourist destination. With over 43,000 current inhabitants, this monochromatic masterpiece traces its history back to 1472. Once home to a large Jewish community, the color blue has traditionally been seen as the color of heaven. That explains why this city is drenched in shades of blue, from houses and lampposts to trash cans. Complementing the sparkling water of the Mediterranean, this city by the sea is one of the most soothing and spectacular views we have seen. So if you're planning your next trip to Morocco, this rocking blue city is one of the best places you can visit. Number 5. La Boca, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Home to what some claim is the most colorful street in the world, La Boca is a locale in the capital city of Argentina. Draped in green, yellow, and purple, La Boca's famous Caminito Street is like the perfect backdrop to your travel photos. Famous for tango, steak, and wine, no trip to the country's capital is complete without a tour of La Boca. And making this town so outrageously colorful are the bright hues of steel planks or wood used in the construction of local buildings. With a dominance of working-class people in the 1900s, did you know this colorful part of Buenos Aires was also an important port city of its time? Number 4. Rainbow Village, Taichung, Taiwan. Take a minute and think, what could a place that's just a few minutes off a small village possibly have to attract more than 1 million visitors per day? What can a place like this have so much hype around? Well, this small Taiwanese town named Taichung is a truly iconic and unique hotspot of street art. So if artistic murals and wall graffiti are your jam, you probably won't get enough of this majestic place. But was this small town always so, well, rainbow? Well, no. The first murals of the city trace back to a man named Hong Yong-fu. Lovingly called Rainbow Grandpa, Hong was a soldier. Unfortunately, back in the 1990s, new development work was starting, which meant his hometown had to be razed to the ground. And that's when Hong had a realization. And from that time onwards, he knew what he had to do. A then 86-year-old Hong started colorfully painting his town's buildings. Hong's surreal artwork began trending, and the movement to restore and reclaim his town ticked off as pictures of the town's new look went viral. Fast forward to more than 14 years later, this city is one of the most artistic and picturesque places in the world. Not to mention, this town is also a magnet for selfie lovers. From what we know, Taiwan surely has one of the most vibrant and colorful cultures of the world, and this small town is probably one of the best examples.
Number 3. Guatape, Colombia.
This unique little town in Colombia is one of our favorite spots in the world. A kaleidoscope of bright colors, this lakeside town has a rich artistic history. Only a 2-hour drive from Medellin, Guatape is famous for its stunning array of brightly colored homes and shops. And guess what? The colors aren't just there for fun. Families and businesses use the art to tell the world about themselves, and to be honest, we can't think of a cooler way to say hi. Home to 11th century Romanesque churches and beautiful museums, did you know that the town Guatape is also home to one of the most famous mansions of Pablo Escobar? Well, now you do. Regardless of how many days you're in town for, there are tons of amazing things for you to do and experience in Guatape. Number 2. Burano, Italy. A dreamy island in the lagoon of Venice itself? Say no more! Famous for a special lace woven by local women for centuries, Burano is one of the most colorful island cities in the world. With glimpses of blue, pink, red, and orange all around, you're in for a visual treat when you breathe in this multicolored panorama. But you're probably thinking why houses in Burano are so outrageously colorful. Well, back in the day, when fishing was the heart and soul of the city, local fishermen often got lost on their way back. Thanks to the thick fog surrounding the port city, navigating their way to homes was not always easy. That's when the locals had the brilliant idea that's blessing us all still after so many years. The fishermen started using paint to make their homes more visible. And the rest, of course, is history. Number 1. Pachuca, Mexico. Last but not the least, Pachuca in Mexico deserves a special place on our list of the most colorful cities in the world. All thanks to a collaboration between the government and a local graffiti artist, this hilltop neighborhood is now a feast for the eyes. Located about 100 kilometers off Mexico City, Pachuca is best described as an eclectic mix of European and Mexican art and architecture. So if you're looking for a dreamy getaway with a taste of rich, local culture, the city is the place to be. From coastal cities awash with colors to brightly painted island towns, these magical views are the most picturesque places you will ever see. With this, we've come to the end of our 10 most colorful cities in the world. If you've been to any of these beautiful cities or plan on visiting them, let us know which one in the comments below. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until then, bon voyage!